speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer sorrow. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know I said me if it could flee. Me have to take away me say. Me have to take away me say. Me have to hide like a thief in the night. Me have to get out of sight. Me have to take away me say. Have to take away me say. I have to utilize thy wings. Surely I leave her right. This relationship I'm gonna desist. But how can I face you when all I wanna do is just taste you? I know you think I play me, I play.
Greetings, kings and queens. Welcome to another Real Stuff podcast. I am Franco, and today we have a special guest. Our guest today is none other than Gaa'man, Mama G. She is founder, director of the Maroon Indigenous Circle. And she's going to be here today talking to us. So I want you to go get your favorite tea, coffee, whatever drink that you have this time of the morning, because I'm going to get mine. And I'm going to be right back with you. And then we're going to get flavors, do a Did You Know, play some songs, and then Mama G. More music from Tafina, our theme song.
Won't play your game, you move your arm way to the core. Sayonara, that girl gone through the door. Take away herself.
Hi, this is Pam Hall, and I'm inviting you to hang out with Flavius and Franco on the Real Stuff podcast. They're such great company.
Love them, they are our children, and if we love them, we will never lose them. Love them, they are our children, and it's our duty to guide and protect them. We gotta teach the children right from wrong. So let's be careful what we say in our songs. Let them know just where we're coming from, and how hard we had to fight for freedom. Let them know and understand. They are the next generation. Teach them wisdom, so they may overcome. Love them, they are our children, and if we love them, we will never lose them.
Well, this one is a bombshell.
Love them, they are our children, and it's our duty to guide and protect them. It's not too late for all of us to make a start, 'cause each and every one has got to play their part. The little children live what they learn. So we should all be concerned. Teach them the right thing instead of fussing and fighting. Tell them the gun thing, it is no plaything. Love them, they are our children, and if we love them, we will never have to stand. Love them, they are our children, and it's our duty to guide.
Well, this one is a bombshell.
Yes. Music from the artist Jabang out of Portland, Jamaica. Love them, as the man said, love our children and teach them, because if we love them, we should protect them. And we have to make sure that the lyrics that we play in the songs educational. We got Flavors on the line with us this morning. Morning, Flavors. How you doing?
Good morning, Franco. I am doing well. We have bright sunshine, and of course, outside is all green.
Mm-hmm.
With sunshine and green, you have it made.
True.
It made. Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
So what's happening on your side?
My side, sunny day. Today is a sunny day. Chilly in the morning,
Wonderful.
but we're still in the 50s. Much better
We are working with
than those on the north coast. Up north, who are experiencing some heavy snowstorm. So I know how it is. Seeing the snow, so I know it's not a good thing.
In fact, she said it was something like -42.
Where?
That's up in Calgary.
Oh, okay.
In Calgary. So, -42, that's as cold as you get.
Yeah, that's true.
In those weather, you don't go out unless you have to.
That's true.
I guess those are weather for Corona. You have the same protocol. Stay yard.
Snow day.
Don't touch the road.
We have a thing them called snow day for those up north.
That is probably too cold. You believe that there's something like too cold for snow? When it's that cold, man, there's no snow. Just ice. Just ice everywhere. But we are blessed, and we acknowledge that, that we are blessed. Really blessed. Yes. So you ready for the Did You Know?
Whenever you're ready, the floor is yours.
Okay, this morning we're going to conclude this segment on Caribbean countries with no rivers running through them. And of course, we leave the gem for last. This is Saint Martin. Sounds like two countries. Yes, it is. But it's also one island, one tiny island of two big countries. Because the French side, I think the French side is part of the European Union. And the other part is a territory or something of the Netherlands. So they are in one space, but two different countries, and that one space have no rivers at all. But the people are healthy, and the people are, joyous and all that, so that don't affect them that much. But take it away, Franco. Let me hear a little bit about these two fantastic islands. Today we close our section on Caribbean countries with no rivers running through them. We take a look at Saint Martin, one French, one Dutch, one island accommodating two countries. Saint Martin is an island in the Northeast Caribbean Sea, approximately 300 kilometers or 190 miles east of Puerto Rico. The 87 square kilometers or 34 square mile island is divided roughly 60-40 between the French Republic, 53 kilometers squared or 20 square miles, and the Kingdom of the Netherlands, 34 kilometers square or 13 square miles. But the two parts are roughly equal in population. The division dates back to 1648. The southern Dutch part comprises Saint Martin and is one of 4 constituent countries that form the Kingdom of the Netherlands. The northern part, French part, comprises the collectivity of Saint Martin and is an overseas collectivity of the French Republic. As part of France, the French part of the island is also part of the European Union. The island is also known for having an airport runway extremely close to the beach, and I dare say to the road and to one hotel that I know of. On 1st January 2009, the population of the whole island was 77,741 inhabitants, with 40,917 living on the Dutch side and 36,824 on the French side. Collectively, the two territories are known as Saint Martin, or sometimes SXM. The IATA identifier for Princess Juliana International Airport, island's main airport, Saint Martin, the French portion, received the ISO 31661 code, MF, in October 2007. In 2010, the Dutch part had its status changed to that of a country within the Kingdom of the Netherlands and was given the code SX. And that ends our whole section on Caribbean countries with no rivers running through them. And we have one set of islands, the Bahamas, and then we have a number of territories that fall in this category. We've been through them all. I think if I have missed anybody can point it out, and we will also look at that and bring that forward to our listeners. So tomorrow we will start on a new section, a new topic. Thank you very much.
Homeland. This place is so nice, wanna do everything twice. Yes, I feel as if I'm in a paradise. No matter the season, you've got every reason. This place is another little heaven. East or west, I couldn't care less. Ooh, this place, it is definitely blessed. My own homeland.
Did You Know is brought to you courtesy of Slowly Jamaica, uniquely Caribbean. So in case you didn't know, now you know. Stay tuned for more Did You Know tomorrow when we do it all over again.
Give yourself a treat, a few days or a week, and you will see just what I mean. Just take my advice, everyone is nice. You feel like royalty, my friend. Pulsating, vibrating, reggae, reggae, reggae. Very sky, rock, steady, mental, a quadrillion, coming. You can fill your belly with a coconut jelly, mango, papa, cane, and dinner. There's ackee in a saltfish and a roast yam and banana. Curried goat and a managed water. The Sunday special if you like a revival. Catholic, Baptist or Pentecostal. The house of Jah is there, have no fear. Walk right ahead and get your share. I'm walking on sand. I'm holding your hand. Feel like a tourist in my own homeland. In my own homeland. Feel like a tourist in my own homeland. My own homeland. Feel like a tourist in my own homeland.
This is your very own sports, music, and lifestyle podcast with Flavius and Franco. Welcome.
Devils keep pushing us on. Gonna hear up like a town. Volcanic burst. Don't let them stop you from breathing. Life is greatest if you want between your legs and the shift. Imperative that you breathe, breathe. Purify your lungs with air, breathe. Animal birds doing it everywhere. Imperative that you breathe. Some remain caterpillar, others are about to butterfly. Might not soar like an eagle, but at least you will try. Escape them chokehold, them blindfold. When they gon' perish through them cherish quality control. If you feel love the life you live, you have to live the life you love. Yo. Just be positive, knowing shoot no hold no grudge. Yo. Like the greatest gift you have. Between your legs and the shift. Imperative that you breathe, purify your lungs with air, breathe. Animal birds doing it everywhere. Imperative that you breathe. Notice I've learned most people.
Well, this one is a bombshell.
Dancing make you feel you won't pass out. It's mandatory, so you pretend you know. Provide your face to be required and passport. Most notorious, most wicked. Not even acid, not try test COVID. Put up resistance. Social distance is now the new normal. Like the greatest gift you have. Between your legs and the achieve. Imperative that you breathe. Purify your lungs with air. Breathe. Animal birds doing it everywhere. Imperative that you breathe. Breathe easy, that's what's life about. Breathe in, breathe out, nothing congested, use your mouth. Protect your respiratory despite polluted atmosphere. Nothing to find on you to waste, so there is no need for fear. Running scared, tell away virus in the air. Really one question, who plays it there? Breathe. Can you answer? Breathe. No, let them stop your life.
Yes, indeed. That was the artist Tsunami, MIC. So earlier we played Jabeng with the song Love Them. Jabeng from Portland, Jamaica. And you just heard a Tsunami with Breed. And Tsunami is all the way up there in Boston. How you doing this morning, Tsunami? I know you're under some heavy snow this morning as well. And you know, this month is Reggae Month. And since it's Reggae Month, we're going to be playing a lot of reggae music. So be prepared for all of that. A leap of reggae music we'll never get in the month of February. So we're going to give you a legend. It's Pam Hall this morning one more time. And this one is Want You Forever. In a few minutes, we're going to be linking up with Mama J.
You were the man in my life. I would like to take you to my home to be with me forever. I really love you, baby. Want you forever. Really love you, baby. Really want you, baby. I wish that you were the man in my life. I would like to take you to my home to be with me forever. I really love you, baby. Want you forever. Really love you, baby. Want you, baby. Love I will give you is so powerful, so special. Under your skin it will flow through your veins. My love's insane. This love I give, I just can't stop. It's in your face, even when you turn your back. And just like a magnifying glass, the heat that I transmit will melt your heart. Oh, I wish that you were the man in my life. I would like to take you to my home to be with me forever. Really love you, baby. Want you forever and ever. Really want you, baby. Really want you, baby. Whoa, whoa. Ooh, forever and ever. Yeah, yeah. I know you're wondering why my love is so strong. It's 'cause I see something in you pushing me on. The day you try to chase my love away is when you know my love was meant to stay. 'Cause this love I give, I just can't stop. It's in your face, oh yeah.
sing. This love I give, I just can't stop. It's in your face, even when you turn your back. Hey, and just like a magnifying glass.
Want you forever. It's so nice that we gotta do it twice. A special request this morning. Somebody wanna hear it again, so we're gonna play it from the top one more time. Cause them say this one is a bombshell.
Bombshell.
I know they're getting ready. People getting ready for what? February 14th. You know what it is.
I wish that you were the man in my life. I would like to take you to my home to be with me forever. I really love you, baby. Want you forever. Really love you, baby. Really want you, baby. I wish that you were the man in my life. I would like to take you to my home to be with me forever. I really love you, baby. Want you forever. Really love you, baby. Want you, baby. Love I will give you is so powerful, so special. Under your skin it will flow through your veins. My love's insane. This love I give, I just can't stop. It's in your face, even when you turn your back. And just like a magnifying glass.
Yes, I want you forever. In case you're just joining us, welcome to the Real Stuff Podcast. Weekdays, Monday to Friday, from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And we are live and direct on YouTube. And our YouTube channel is the Real Stuff Podcast. So, if you're searching for us, you can find us also on Reggae Nostalgia. The Real Stuff Podcast. That's where we're located. Gonna play one more song and then we're linking up with Gaa'man Mama G. This one from Rastone I Save Mankind. Yes, we need to save mankind right now with all what's going on. The pandemic. Whoa.
Your loving it is so divine. Better keep ya on your mind. Loving one another till the end of time. Lord, your loving it is so divine. Better keep ya on your mind. In an attempt to save mankind. See Jah have the rod of correction. We cramp and paralyze Satan. We cannot be silent, have to take some action. Action. Yes, we have to tell every nation to spread more love and creation. You know we have to do it for our own protection. We need more love, not hate, around us every day. So we have to go down on our knees and pray. Got to be strong as we trot and go along. Keep it moving in a positive direction. Your loving it is so divine. Better keep ya on your mind. Loving one another till the end of time. Lord, your loving it is so divine. Better keep ya on your mind. In an attempt to save mankind. Say fire burn them red. Them a can't afford to lose it. Life you want to live, me said that you have to choose it. Can't just talk if you work and prove it. Hey, even though we tough, we have to have ambition. So fight against your sister and not kill your brother, man. Cause if I war you are deal with, we can't live long. Loving it is so divine. Better keep you on your mind. Loving one another till the end of time, Lord. Your loving it is so divine. Better keep you on your mind. In an attempt to save mankind. Save mankind. Reach up on your mind. Oh, no corruption in this time. Save mankind. Reach up on your mind. Yes, we have to save them in this time.
This is your very own sports, music, and lifestyle podcast with Flavius and Franco. Welcome.
Yeah. The system gets me down. I'm leaving town.
Hi, this is Pam Hall, and I'm inviting you to hang out with Flavius and Franco on the Real Stuff podcast. They're such great company.
Yes, it's all about Portland this morning. The instrumental music of Michael and Tony Bell. I'm leaving town. Big tune. Yes, waiting for that link up. Don't feel no way. We're here to please you. Because this is your podcast. Yes, I'm leaving town, Michael and Tony Bell. Let me give you a rundown of the rest of the guests that we have coming up for this week. On Wednesday, we have Owen Blacker Ellis. And on our cook and curry, you know everybody love the cook and curry. It's one of the things that everybody been, hyped up about. They love the cook and curry. We have Kareem from Belize. He'll be doing cook and curry this week. And on Friday, our big guest is Poetry Corner. So, poetry now is getting a 1 hour segment. So it's no longer will be on a Thursday. It's officially now on a Friday. And we have Oku Honora. He will be here with us this Friday. Big, internationally well-renowned dub poet. So make sure you join us for the rest of the week and for the rest of the month because it is going to be off the chain, as they would say it, but we're going to say it's going to be a bombshell. Waiting for Mama G. But we're not leaving town. We're going to be here with you. Give you more instrumental. And it's also Black History Month. And inside the did, you're going to be hearing stuff that pertaining to the Black History Month. Because everything we do, it's about us. Us. Yeah, we as a people. Caribbean people, one history. So we're going to mix it up, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. One history. And for those of you who are watching us this morning and you want to participate in the chat room, make sure you have your Gmail account. If you don't have one, just use the same email address you have and just fill it out for a Gmail account. But like it, share it, and subscribe.
this is Pam Hall, and I'm inviting you to hang out with Flavius and Franco on the Real Stuff podcast. They're such great company.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama, keep on loving me so well. I met a boy the other day, got the sweetest loving ever come my way. Do anything I say when he loves me this way. The only thing I say is, oh mama, keep on loving me so boy. Oh mama, keep on loving me so boy. You got bad boy in it, so wonderful. You got bad boy in it, so wonderful. Bad boy, so wonderful. All I can say is, oh mama, keep on loving me so boy. Oh mama, keep on loving me so boy. Hug me with your tongue, dee tone breeze. Man, you better run come, 'cause I need a fix. Man, you better run come, 'cause I need a fix. I feel it, ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ooh, Miss Abaguaya. Oh mama, Miss Abaguaya. Oh mama, Miss Abaguaya. Oh mama, Miss Abaguaya. He got Baguaya in it, so wonderful. Mr. Baguaya in it, so wonderful. He got Baguaya, so wonderful. I met a boy the other day, got the sweetest loving ever come my way. Do anything I say, but when he loves me this way, the only thing I say is, oh mama, oh mama, oh mama, keep on loving me so bad. And you hit me with it, ton, dee on the breeze. Man, you better run come, 'cause I need a fix. Man, you better run come, 'cause I need a fix. I sing it, ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ooh, Miss Abaguaya. Oh mama, keep on loving me so Abaguaya. Oh mama, keep on loving me so Abaguaya. Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama, keep on loving me
This is
so
your very
Abaguaya.
own sports, music, and lifestyle podcast with Flavius and Franco. Welcome.
I'm trying to connect the dots and fill in the gaps, but the questions in my head won't stop. Was it developed in a lab, or is it an act of God? The religious folks claimed it's prophetic. The conspiracy theorist and the doubtful Thomases says it's not a pandemic, a them planet to make the whole planet panic. They are tirelessly working around the clock to pick the padlocks off Pandora's box, boxing within the framework of a corrupt system. So many boxes, don't know what to believe in. The only thing making sense is who have the patent determines who will be the physicians and who will be the patient. Who will be the patient? Trick or treating, this is like nothing we have ever seen. Since COVID-19, we are all dressed in the same costume. Every day is Halloween. Every day is Halloween. Wash your hands, keep your distance, wear a mask, mask your fears. Quarantine. Pay keen attention. Look beyond what your eyes are fixed on. Straight through the illusions. The Matrix is not a documentary. It's a science fiction with a sick plan to pull our hopes and dreams down like a quicksand. A quicksand. It's dangerous. The virus has turned the whole world into a circus. A circus. When money talks, no one pays attention to the grammar. Open the gates. Give the clowns the mic. They will direct the drama. The poets are sleeping, having nightmares about revoluting. The leaders are on a roller coaster ride, while the Joker sits in the corner, laughing. Playing fool to catch the wise. Playing fool to catch the wise. Trick or treating. This is like nothing we have ever seen. Since COVID-19, we are all dressed in the same costume. Every day is Halloween. Every day is Halloween. Wash your hands, keep your distance, wear a mask, mask your fears. Quarantine, quarantine, quarantine. You don't know what they're injecting, so don't volunteer to be a victim. Boost your immune system. Practice proper hygiene. Healthy eating and living is the best vaccine. The best vaccine. Your health is your responsibility. Get fresh food from the farmers. Turn your kitchen into a pharmacy. So while we quarantine, let's take a trip within. Self-reflect, redirect your energy. It's a new beginning. Feed your mind. Read something. Meditate. Create. Breathe. Start becoming better human beings. Better human beings.
Yes, Cherry Natural. Every day is Halloween. Big tune. Every day is Halloween. If you listen to the lyrics, you hear exactly what the lady's saying. All that is happening is just what? Scare tactics. Birthday greetings going out to all Aquarians. Happy birthday, and especially to Candice Alexander. Special birthday greetings to you this morning, coming from your family. So, Flavius, are you there with me, sir?
Yes, sir.
You sound like you're throwing away, man.
Yeah, go ahead now.
All right, so I'm gonna link up now with Mama G.
Yeah, go ahead.
Making sense is who have the patent determines who will be the physicians and who will be the patient. Who will be the patient? Trick or treating. This is like nothing we have ever seen. Since COVID-19, we are all dressed in the same costume. Every day is Halloween. Every day is Halloween. Wash your hands, keep your distance, wear a mask, mask your fears. Quarantine, quarantine. Pay keen attention. Look beyond what your eyes are fixed on. Straight through the illusions. The Matrix is not a documentary. It's a science fiction with a sick plan to pull our hopes and dreams down like a quicksand. A quicksand. It's dangerous. The virus has turned the whole world into a circus. A circus. When money talks, no one pays attention to the grammar. Open the gates. Give the clowns the mic. They will direct the drama. The poets are sleeping, having nightmares about revoluting. The leaders are on a roller coaster ride, while the Joker sits in the corner, laughing. Playing fool to catch the wise. Playing fool to catch the wise. Trick or treating. This is like nothing we have ever seen. Since COVID-19, we are all dressed in the same costume. Every day is Halloween.
Yes, our listeners, our viewers, you out there in our social media land this morning, we have with us the one and only Mama G with us this morning, and she's going to tell us about all that is happening with the Maroons women movements, etc., etc. So Flavius, you want to have the honor of introducing Mama G?
Listeners, this is Mama G Gaa'man of the Maroons in Jamaica. That was installed on her by the Maroons of Suriname. Mama G, the founder and director of the Maroon Indigenous Women's Circle. And she's also now involved in Maroon women dealing with food security in a farming project. But Mama G will tell us all about that this morning. Welcome, Mama G, to the Real Stuff Podcast.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Good morning to all who is listening in on this program. Good morning to the world. You know, in a time like this, I said, life, you know, standing in the sun right now. And I send life out there, you know, energy of life and living to each and every one and loving also.
Thank you,
so
Mama G.
You could start off by telling the people a little bit about Mama G, and then you can go into the whole Gaa'man, you know, situation and the women move circle and all that. So the floor is yours, Mama G. Remember,
right,
this is not an interview. This is not a chat session. It's not an interview. So the floor is yours.
Yeah.
All right then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Mama G, you know. As a child, I grew up as baby G. My mother, up to the time she was alive, she passed away 2018, but up to 2019. But up to the time she was alive, she called me baby G still, you know. So as I go out there and grow older, people call me Mama G. My name, my only name, I don't have a middle name, is Gloria. So I'm Gloria Sims. So the name Baby G is the name of the G of the first letter of my name. And then everybody called me Mama G. And then I was installed as the first Gaa'man. So become Gamma G, which is like Grandma G. So yeah, stepping up the ladder, you know, and doing the work, you know. The motherhood was placed upon me, you know, to be a mother, to think like a mother, to be that model, you know, of that mother to everyone, you know, and it goes beyond my children and grandchildren, you know.
Oh, okay.
It's a national thing, so that's what I live, you know, and yeah.
So a Gaa'man, Mama G. A Gaa'man is a elderly person or the Maroon.
The cycle in Suriname, because Suriname is one of those Maroon nation in the region, Western Hemisphere, and they have preserved the old governance of that they took from Africa with us when we were brought here in the transatlantic slave trade. So the Surinamese Maroon are very they live the governance of who they are. So the Gaa'man is like a governor general. He is the chief of all, chief over all the chiefs in the village. Yeah. Okay. So he's like the head one that you consult for advice, for suggestion whenever you make any move, any project, any conception of anything that you're going to implement within the Maroon structure. You would go to the Gaa'man for consultation, yes, and advice. And he's a spiritual leader and also physical, political leader. Yeah.
Okay, so how many Gaa'man are there in Jamaica?
Well, I am the only Gaa'man that I know of being installed traditionally that way, you know.
Wow.
I was traditionally installed. They sent 7 people from Suriname, including government worker and the ambassador at the time of Suriname to Trinidad was Ambassador Fidelia Grand Gallant, and she led the delegation because she's fluent in English, because, you know, it's the Dutch that enslaved them. So their first language is Dutch, and then they have a Taki language that the Maroons speak, and then they have they now learning English as their second language. So she led the delegation here with traditional leaders as well, as Jolil a gaman that can see to the installation of another gaman.
Okay.
So, yes, and they did a traditional. They did honor me and do a ceremony in Suriname when I got it, and then they came here and they did another ceremony, bathing me in the river, because the river is very vital to them. There, it's their road. It's their only sometimes means of transporting themselves from one place to the other. So they give me a bath in the river for that connection also, and all the strength that the river can give to me. And then they took me and they did this ceremony in front of all the sitting colonels that are in the village who were present at this function, and in front of a Taino chief that was there at the time.
Whoa. So right now, for all the different sections of the Maroons in Jamaica, you are regarded as the Governor General, the spiritual leader.
That is what I am. And they took my stool. They took my stool from Suriname. So I have the stool of the gaman.
Okay.
Because the gaman that gave it to me, he did a ritual of blowing in my hands 3 times when he gave it to me, and I didn't know what was that. And then when I spoke to the ambassador, Her Excellency Fidelia Grangalan, who was on that delegation with us, and she speak to him, and he said, and I got a gaman. It is a gamanship. It is a whole that was passed to me, and that I have. It come with a stool, so I have the stool in my care, and I live and endorse the life of the gamanship here in Jamaica. Because in Suriname, it is a very respectable position that the government and everybody there honor. So even the government honor you, the gaman fly the flags of the Suriname on his residence, you know.
Okay.
And whenever he travels, going on the boat or anything, if I'm on the boat, then the gaman, then the Suriname flags would be up, and everybody would know that a gaman is on that boat.
Wow. What were you saying, Flavius?
Honor.
That is good. That is wonderful to know.
Yeah. And I am the first female. They have never given it to a female there before.
Wow.
So I was the first female ever to receive it too.
Now I see why when I remember the Charlestown virtual Choir Day.
Yeah.
And they were showing it so much respect. I was saying to Flavius, who's that lady? And he said, Mama G, you know, because everybody was talking highly about it.
But Franco,
I can't hear you, Flavius. I cannot hear you. We're not getting a good reception from Flavius. Yes, Mama G. So, that was good. That was good. You know?
So, yeah, and as you were saying, you want me to speak to you on the Maroon Woman Circle.
Yes, I want to know, you're the founder and director of the Maroon Indigenous Circle, right? Yeah. What is that all about?
I started that circle because I did go to the University of the West Indies. I did social work there, and so I love to do research, and some of my research is based around human rights women's rights, indigenous people rights, children rights. I research all these rights.
Okay.
So I kind of settle down to human rights, women's rights, and basically indigenous people rights. So in 2007, I was invited to sit with all the Maroon colonels and a Maroon secretariat that was fully operating at the time. And it was consists of all the colonels throughout all the villages of the Maroon in Jamaica. So I was sitting there observing for my village, which I am from Old Trelawney Town, which is Old Kodjo Town, by the Maroon. But Trelawney by the British, it was called Trelawney Town by the British, which is in the hills of Mobe, and you were going into a compound.
Okay.
So my grandparents are from that village. So I was sitting as an observer for that town. At the time, it was not unearthed or anything. It is now unearthed, but still not doing much. Anyway, it is from that village that they were sent off the island, transported into Nova Scotia, Halifax, and then in 1800, some of them went back into Sierra Leone, West Africa, in those early days. So, sitting there with them, I realized there and then, you never think of it before, that it was the same thing. I was the only woman sitting with all the male colonel at the time. At the time, Colonel Preddy was the colonel in a compound. It was like, the woman again is always like, it was mainly the men, even though I was only mainly an observer, but it was mainly the men, and they were speaking, and you could feel the exclusion of the feminine energy. And, thinking about it, I was thinking of Nanny and the whole part that she played, and the fact that she's the most recognized person now nationally in the country as a Maroon.
Yeah, and female too.
And in that way, so it really dawned on me, and because I did my research around women and the whole issue of women and discrimination and all the things, marginalization and exclusion of feminine energy, and the rights of women and the roles and responsibilities of women, I was led, and was not just physically thinking that was knowledge to me as well, but spiritually, I arose one day sitting in the meeting with them. It used to be a monthly meeting, and it was like I actually could see like a skirt, a big wide twirling like a skirt, and it threw over my head, and I was sitting there with my eyes wide open, and I started to write some little drawings on my paper, and I was there, and the spirit started to speak to me, and he said, "Have you ever heard of a Maroon woman movement before?" And I said, "Come to think of it, no." And the spirit was there, like I was talking to myself then, and this question come up, and I said, "Okay, I'm gonna do my research when I'm through here." And I did my research, and I really never see anything like that before. And I said, strange. It should be that there's a strong body, that the women operate out of, and we could recognize each other. And I start to put it, I call in some sisters, and we start to put it together,
Okay.
That was how the whole movement started in 2009. And some of the sisters, I call one of the main ones, she migrated to England afterwards. Because she's a traditional priestess, and she was doing some studies on earth over there. So she migrated, and then I actually started it, basing it in the community, started with women from a compound. Even the deputy colonel at the time, we call her before she become colonel. And we had her on the paper as Chief Nama. And when we when we put it to her, she said no, she's not a thief. She wouldn't accept that position. But after the same year, she becomes the deputy colonel within the village also.
Okay.
So
and what is it the women's movement do now?
the women's movement is recognizing the role and the responsibility of women. One of them what we're doing right now is around food security. And even in this time of this pandemic, we see how essential that is, and the traditional medicine, the healing qualities and attributes of us as Maroon women.
Okay.
So and so basically I'm working right now with the women farmers within the community, which are some young farmers, getting them involved. We have just completed a 1-day seminar at the agricultural school over at Case, where we were certified in pest management, And so I'm kind of moving them. We were recognized on International Rural Women's Day by the Gender of Affairs, and they came here to hold that day with us,
Yeah.
And we conversed with them, and then they came back. We took them to the farms, and we've been to the this meeting and working now with the Rural Women Producers Network here in Jamaica. And so food security is always something that we preserve, something that we took from Africa, and the women were very vital in preserving the food in marketing. Presently, I'm trying to open some doors with women with farming, farmers market overseas, and see how we can go in Caribbean area and other areas, internationally, selling products, and how we can take in food on a consignment basis from the other farmers, and try to see how we can help them market some of their surplus crops internationally, and locally as well. We want to, see how much we can supply the household, supply the restaurant and hotel or Airbnb spaces with food, So we're working at some things crushed up. We're looking also into the greenhouse, like with vegetables, to see how we can daily supply that need and keep it up for a good while,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
there's some prospects that we are looking into. Trading, as I say, internationally, I'm in dialogue right now, and there's some things in the pipeline where that is concerned. Some areas other than on the island that sometimes foods are needed. So we're trying to get in touch with those areas and see how we can supply that. Craft is something that we do here. I'm in Charleston, Maroon Village, and right now craft is one of the main thing, and we are trying to supply that. These are things that we recycle even from the farm as well. We use up banana bark, we use up the coconut things we get from raw material from coconut tree, the palm, from seeds around us, and all these different things,
Okay.
And recycle them. The coconut we use daily, the shell, and how we can make products from them, and turn them over as well, Sewing is also something that I am into, and I'm right now present with being in demand with some of the wears that I do. I'm coming up with some warriors wears.
Yeah.
To help strengthen women by the way they dress will give them the courage and the strength they need to go through these times.
Yes.
To overcome some of the tribulation. You have to be ready and you have to be prepared. And one of the things is clothing, using clothing as a change, using clothing as a security, as a strength, something that when you put it on, you feel the way you dress, and really give the women a push in this time. So there's a lot in the pipeline that we're going at. I am part of the Maroon Women Net. The Maroon Women Network in Suriname is what took me there first with the Maroon Women's Circle. To come together there and sign a memorandum, and that was what we took to the Gaa'man, and that was how the whole installation of the Gaa'man ship come about.
Okay.
So we still working together. We now come together with the Maroon Women Chambers, which consists of women from Trinidad, the American Maroon group from Trinidad, myself, and Mark Daly are in Suriname, and how we can work within the Caribbean. We have a conference coming up. I don't know if it might go virtual, as we don't know. It's in November in Jamaica, where we rally in the Caribbean with the Maroons within the Caribbean region to become one voice, and so that we can trade amongst ourselves and share culture amongst ourselves, because there's some part of the culture might be lost in one area and preserved in another area. Like Suriname preserve a lot of things that we Maroon here in Jamaica because of our geographical region. We have lost some things which they preserve because their village are more isolated. There, when they run to the forest, they were all by themselves. But we sometimes we are integrated with constitutional communities and all these different communities and people among us that don't live culture and whatever else. And so from time to time you might lose things along the way in the journey. So what we can do is we rely on each other to build back and to share cultural exchange programs in areas that we might lose. Like there might be a break in the language, and you can, even though Suriname was colonized by the Dutch, they still speak word that we speak. They will hear them say lobby ala uno, lobby ala uno, but they don't say love, they say love. And when they say bless, they say blessy. And and they say lobby ala uno.
Which brings me to a question, Mama G. And it's a big question, because I know that in Suriname they have a we call it a Independence Day for them, a day of celebration. It's a national day where they celebrate.
Have a holiday.
Can that be possible for the Jamaican Maroons anytime?
Well, I think it is possibly just that we had never enforced any one of our dates to that level. So it takes this time, there's a shift in time, there's a shift in leadership, there's a shift in, this is a new era, and the way forward for the next generation. That is how I'm seeing it. And the way forward for the next generation is that the governance has to be set. The other day we see a lot of masquerading going on around us because there's so much things that has not been put in place.
Exactly.
So God will put these governance in place. It will eliminate all these trespassers and intruders.
Yes.
So we need to put our governance in place. Right now, Suriname is vice president level in Suriname. The Maroons are at that level because they are in parliament. We should have representatives in Jamaica parliament, and that goes without voting.
Exactly.
Because we
voting and in the Senate too.
Representation there, that like a desk that the Maroon has in there, that representation from time to time of somebody that can represent them properly at that level. Because there's times when the government will do things, and I wouldn't even start to blame. I will just say because there's no representation there, we are excluded from the decision table many times. So things, sometimes they go ahead and do things and make suggestion and move as if we are there. But we are not there, and we should be included there so that it doesn't look anyway, neither on us nor the state at times when we would have blamed the state, even though we sometimes share some friendly mutual relationship with the state, but at the same time we would blame the state many times because even the naming of the nanny vessel was done and without the Maroons having any active say in the decision before it was actually done, you know. We need to be, you know, free and prior, informed, you know, consent, you know, these things need to be put in place. So,
and in order for those things to put in place, it needs a unification of all Maroons nation, right?
It needs that. It needs that. It needs it here in Jamaica. We need to come together under one umbrella. We need to have representation at the decision table within government, and then we need to be officiating as, even though our villages are far and apart, we need to officiating as a governance, as a government, you know, one voice, you know, somebody that speak up front for you, and we will come together, make the decision, and somebody speak up front, and things can flow properly, yes. And I think it's about time now, and I think that's the move right now.
Well, as the Gaa'man, you have to be the spirit, the one who lead that movement forward. So get all colonels together.
And yes, we're moving at that right now. Yeah.
There's a question for you in the there's a question for you in the chat room, and the person in the chat room want to know, how do a born Jamaican go about getting their original birth certificate, not the colonized one, which we are using? Can Mama G expand on that?
Well, presently right now, legally, in Jamaica, I only know of one birth paper, and that is the one that the Jamaican government have. The Maroon, even though they are who they are, has never put a document like that in place originally. And if it is to be done, there has to be discussion and negotiation and reasoning at the table, and things done in a proper legal and justified way, you know?
True.
So I don't know if it's presently to be done. It would have to be looked into properly before we even jump at it. It's a legal document, and even a small word as is and there and thereafter, and these things can be very detrimental in documents if you don't, the smaller the word is, the most detrimental it can be.
I love you, Mama G. I love you. I remember at the Kwao Day, and you were when in the summer where the Black Lives movement in the US and across the world was acting up, and you were saying, you know, you don't participate in demonstration like that unless there's a drafted document, because these people who are protesting, they know some of the people who work in these government agencies that can get things done. So if you're going to do a protest, you have to have a document that you're going to take to them.
We're not going to waste time. Document it is even overnight. You're going to set it up. Document ready to be stamped and legal and say, yes, this is law. Yeah, if it's not that, then waste of time going chatting, fighting up yourself, being at the front, very waste of time. We can't understand them back there. You understand? Yeah. We have to do them things, you know, draft your documents, walk with it in your hand, let it be what you're walking with. Let it be that everybody see you with it, hold up and say, this is the bill we're walking with to get it signed down here. That this will not no more.
I agree. When you make that
and
statement,
it will put everybody in check. It will put even the people walking with you in check, because at least them know that lies in your hand is what is going to make the difference. So then they'll have to go loot and shoot and carry on before them reach to that stage. You understand?
Absolutely.
So you do things. You understand? So, and the reason and the meaning of what you're doing, you really mean it, what you really mean. Let's get it done. If this is the work to get it done, make it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
That's true. That's true.
Again, first time.
So let me come to a question that I want to ask. You have started these projects. The agricultural project and the women's project, etc. All of these things is in operation right now, right? So have anyone from the private sector, the government, reach out to you in expanding this more for you
Not right now. We are not in any dialogue like that, but we look forward to. And we're still moving at the pace of what we're doing, and I think it's a pleasure and a vibe to catch up with the Rural Woman Producers Network and to have Maroon women involved into that network. For a while, when I started visiting the Women's Bureau, they were not recognized like that because Maroon women were not out actively like that. So it's a great pleasure for us to catch up with them and to see other people catching up with us, like wanting us to join in business projects with other tribes internationally, with the native internationally, and to be on projects that they are around as well. So we kind of see how that is growing, and have our arms open for the Jamaican, Our aim is to bring progress to not just ourselves, our people, but to our country, to be an example, a model, and to open doors that not just us will walk through, but women have like in mind. That's why we with the Rural Woman Producer, because Rural Woman Producer consists of women who have like in mind they want to farm, whether they be in country town or whatever, So,
I agree with you, Mama G.
Need individual because of what they do. So I am a nation builder. It doesn't stop at labels and whatever,
Leave yourself anything to ask, Mama G?
No.
So
My
contribution is giving back, No. And I think that.
Go ahead, Mama G. We're having some
setting.
Okay. Go ahead, Mama G. Mama G? Mama G, are you there with us?
Yeah, I'm right here. It's kind of the cut a while ago.
The
line drop.
Okay.
But I was saying that we are the.
Yes, Mama G. Never get that one a while ago. As you were saying?
Shut again. Hello?
Yes, I'm here with you, Mama G.
Yeah, the line. Internet, yes. Yeah, I'm just saying that,
That's one of the big problems we have in Jamaica now, internet. Experiencing a little technical problem. We have Mama G back again. Okay, Mama G. Can continue where you left off. Okay, we're back with Mama G again. Go ahead, Mama G.
Yeah, I was saying that we are the one who preserve land, so we have to show what land can be used for and utilize the land as much as we can. So yeah, it's been a little slow period in Maroon old governance coming together, but for many years now, quite a few years now, we've seen the leadership of Colonel Frank Lumsden, who passed away, who started off this Charlestown Maroon town here and this new way that we're moving right now, has really bring a lot of clarity to the old movements of who we are and what we should be doing. And so we continue. This village also has a woman colonel who take up after Colonel Lumsden passed away, and I myself as a Maroon leader out there and this woman colonel here is getting a lot of vision as to how we can improve ourselves and within the village and help the other towns, to have a direction and a way forward for the new generation, because culture is a very big thing and it doesn't really matter how small your reserves are, you can do something productive. So we have a good vision, as I can say, for the next generation. Yeah.
You're so right, Mama G. You're so right. As I said, I've seen you in action, in living, in the living flesh, and I've seen you also on the virtual quality. And if at the virtual quality, that's when I know that you are, one of those highly, representative of the Maroon. You're one of the elders that they look up to.
Also working on the traditional university.
Having problems again.
Got stuck in a life moment, sometimes I see a lot of people just got stuck in a life experience, and they spend a lifetime in that one life experience, and just not learning what they're supposed to learn, because life lessons is here to teach us, and it's a lesson for the learning, and you learn and you move on. It's not even a matter of win some, lose some, because the biggest battles is the one you lose sometime and then you learn from your mistakes. You never forget, So it's not even about win or lose. It's about learning.
Yes, that's true.
It's about learning to lose too.
Learning to lose too. I love that
one. Learning to lose too, because what? Some people get stuck up if they never lose, and they will do anything not to lose. What you playing a game together, you can win, I can win. You don't have to win every time.
Man, Mama G, I thought like something where you recently see happening in America.
Yeah, something have to win every time.
Some big people don't want to accept so them lose.
If you get a minute to play your part well.
Exactly.
It is a minute to get to play. And so you won't regret losing. You understand? You will just know that it is time to take a rest. Make somebody else come.
Mama G, I would have loved to come sit down with you the next time I'm in Jamaica.
Well,
again.
That is all the universities will be. That is all the university will be. What life, and it's based around the morning, words of his imperial majesty. Because I will always say from my leaders, I don't care whatever good. It doesn't really matter what label or whatever. His Imperial Majesty said, what life experience has taught unto me,
Yeah.
I will teach unto those who want to learn. It's not book. When I close the book, when I read that speech of him, and I said, really? It's not book. It's not the monk. It's not your parents. It's not this. It's not all the great teachers that they would go to. He said, what life experience has taught unto me, I will teach. Want to learn. You can't lose. You cannot fail when you teach back what you learn. The way I learn how to love, the way how I learn how to share, the way how I learn leadership and governance. That's what I want to teach back.
That's true.
I learn it a different way.
That's true.
You know, the way how I see leadership compared to how I see the world is looking at leadership. It's authoritarian. I must be in charge. You know, I am growing grandchildren again, and I am going through another journey, and I am learning from them.
Exactly.
And I thought I was the one to tell them and to teach them, but they are teaching me, and I am letting go from old traditional ways that I know by listening to them and going with them. And it's so I am eliminating a lot of conflict that we would have, you know, and understanding them. Then if they don't, then I guide them.
Yeah.
No, so on. So, yeah. Let go this authoritarian way of dealing because you think you must be in charge, because you think you are Mama G and the gay gamma, everybody look up to you. No, I'm not in charge.
You're just passing on life experience. That's what you're doing. Yes.
Yes, if you're getting it.
Wow. The wisdom of this woman is unbelievable. Flavius.
Yeah.
You there with me?
Yeah.
Okay, you should come
Yeah,
again. So Mama G.
I am here humbling myself, yes.
Yeah, we thank you for taking time out this morning and for joining us on the Real Stuff podcast.
Yeah.
We look forward to have you again. We're gonna bring you forward on the program again.
Yeah, and yes, thanks a lot, Ravers, and thanks for coping with me and my absentees and my not coming in time, and thanks for coping, yeah.
No, we understand. your schedule. We know say you're very busy, you know. Everybody want to talk to you. Everybody want wisdom from Mama G.
Sometimes it's just my head is because I'm dealing with so much spirit in there. One someone said this and one said that. So sometimes I'm dealing with a whole army of spirit where me have to the world, they have to come in at this world to deal with favors and all this.
I hear you, Mama G. What is the Flavius? What you want to say?
No, if I'm earlier, I just want to say something about the
but they are as visible, their voice is as loud as ever.
Mama G, Flavius,
Mama G.
Flavius, have a question, Mama G.
No, it's not a question. I'm just saying that I was present during the installment. And Franco, you could not believe. The ceremony took 1 day. 1 day. It was long and it was very deliberate and intense. Very intense.
Yeah.
It was very good. It was very good.
And then we went back 2018 to do the part where we had was to do in their village in Suriname. So we went back there and did that in 2018 at their flag post. They have flag post that is hundreds of years old, and so we had to go there to do part of the ceremony.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you have to go back every so often to to reconnect or whatever?
She having problem with her line.
Yeah.
It's reconnecting.
All right, we can just.
So this brings us, to the end.
Yes.
Yeah, we just lost Mama G right there. So we're gonna bring back Mama G another time, so we can get the full service of our 1 hour or more.
Yeah.
So Flavors, before we get out of here, hold on a minute, 1 minute. I don't want to leave Mama G just like that. 1 minute, Flavors.
Yeah.
Yes, we get back Mama G. We're not going to finish abruptly. So Mama G, the floor is yours again.
Yeah, man, I'm here. Give thanks again. And as I've been saying to everyone, and I'm going to say it here again, the time we were all was waiting on is now. Don't be fearful. Don't be scared. Just be safe and be well. And know that this is the time that we all was waiting on. It's a time of fertile ground when we can put in, it's not just pandemic, it is a big divine shift. It's not just a new year, it's a new era. And we can make the best of everything and remember that whatever we're doing, we're setting the pace for a generation to come. It's not just ourselves, it's not just about us. It's the next generation and generations to come. That whatever we do and set most things intentionally right now will be what goes into the future. So let us do it the right way. Let us set it good. Remember how it was before, and let us do it properly. It has build up, and let us put back the blocks together in the right way. Remember, experts learn from the mistakes they made. So we're calling on all the one who make mistakes, who realize they make mistakes, who know that they had made mistakes, to make it good because they get a second chance. Right. So this is the time for all we're waiting on this time.
Yes, Mama G. Thank you. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Let's not be afraid. Let us plant seeds. Let us not be afraid. This is how it always is. No pain, no gain.
All right. No pain, no gain. All right, Mama G.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So, all right, then.
Thank you again, Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Next time, I'll catch you again. When things get even more vibes, there will be a lot to talk about in the next one.
All right,
okay,
Mama
wonderful.
G. Be safe.
The guy come next time.
One love. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, man.
All right, then, Mama G.
Loving me.
mean, just take my advice. Everyone is nice. You feel like royalty, my friend.
Yes, indeed. That was Gaa'man Mama G. The Gaa'man Mama G. Flavius, let's
Yes,
get out
sir.
of here,
Yes,
sir. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, well, we come back again tomorrow. So thank you for being with us, folks. Thank you for watching, listening, and keep it going. Please send in your observations, your feedback on what we are doing, what you like, what you don't like, and let us keep improving. Let the real stuff keep improving. I mean, we're not going to leave from the real stuff, but we want to make it better every day for you, our listeners, and for us too. So until tomorrow, we always part with R&D. Please, that's what the world needs now. They always say the world needs love, but you can't have love without R&D. You have to respect each other, and you have to be disciplined, and then you will be loving each other. So over to you, Franco.
Yeah, so tomorrow we have Owen Blacker Ellis as our guest. So we'll do it all over. And we ask you to take care of yourself, your loved one. Always remember, prayer changes things regardless of what religion you belong to. You must pray and continue praying. And with all that is going on, you be safe out there. So, in the words of Queen Lubafu, our Father in the Garifuna language, and then we have Tafina to take us out. We're going to take where ourselves.
You lead us so full. You belong far away away. Ajugwala lebo buseru. Lida mua, lida sungfula. Lida mua, lida sungfula.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
Hey Flavius, this Owen Blacker Ellis is the one Blacker and
Bello.
Oh,
famous man, yes.
Where you come talk about tomorrow? We have a picture of him though.
Yeah, man, it's supposed to have everything.
Yeah. Let me looking at this bio thing. I'm gonna put all bios there, so.
I'm pretty sure he sent stuff. Yeah.
It must be in the email. Not the email then.
Yeah. Email,
in the bio box.
Yeah. Ask Courtney what him coming to talk about. Because Courtney talk to him.
Okay.
Remember they asked you for the things them for the flyers for the poetry?
Hold on there. Hold on. When I get this sound I go out, I come in. Hold on, Flavors.
Unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
I'm not the masochist who won't play your game. Oh, you move your arm away to the
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
Take away.